All right, we're live. Just bear with me while I share it over to the group. While I'm doing that, we have to first say happy birthday to the one and only Dan Shrader.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
Happy birthday
Thank you.
from you, Yoda.
Yoda. Master Yoda.
Yeah, that'd be me.
And on his birthday, he happened to release a brand new book.
Gift to me.
Yeah, you gifted your hard work to yourself. So. I almost have it shared. Again, it only went to friends and not public, so I don't know why, but it's probably a paywall thing with StreamYard.
Maybe.
I think.
Okay. So I think we should be live in the group. So hello everyone and welcome to Live with Dan Shrader and Candace Nola, editor.
What's up?
It's really dark.
Hello.
A partner in crime.
Me. So I can get so anybody has a comment or question throughout this live, just drop it in the comments and I'll try and address it. But we're here to celebrate Dan on his birthday and his brand new release, Cabin Black. So there it is.
Cover by the amazing Don Noble.
It is a wicked cover.
It is.
Yeah. It like right when I saw it, I sent it to Candace and I was like, "This is it," and she was like, "Yep, that's it."
Yeah. Was that a pre-made or did you have it commissioned?
He was one of his pre-mades on his site. I was just scrolling through and I was like, "Man,
Yeah.
that one. You've read the story, so it kind of goes perfect with it."
Yeah, it does.
Yeah. Don has a magic of tapping into people's needs before they need them. So.
Yeah, I have a couple pre-mades I've gotten from him that for projects I'll be putting out later on, which is hard. That's hard to find sometimes because like if you don't like you get a cover that speaks to you, or sometimes you're like, I really like that cover, but do I have something that'll go with it, or then you kind of got to write something to it sometimes. So.
Yeah. So we do have some folks chiming in and saying happy birthday. So you got Christina Pfeiffer, Lisa Brand, Jason Nicky.
Oh.
And we got Jessica Rose. So.
Thank you.
So getting down to Cabin Black. What inspired you to write this book?
I mean, what inspired me is probably as simple as, if anybody that knows me, that like it's in my bio, I talk about all the time the VHS movies that I watched growing up. Just that feel, like the nostalgia to it, and the seeing it for the first time, like like Hellraiser and all those, and I kind of wanted to write something that paid homage to it, but put a spin on it in my own way, to where like the cabin and Edward Black as a character. As you read it, you'll kind of feel like he has Pinhead-esque vibes.
Yeah.
like The Cell, stuff like a lot of films that just really tapped into my love for horror and inspired me. I wanted to put all that together into a crazy life imitating art imitating life, doing that with it.
Nice. And for anybody that picks up the book and reads it, you actually delve into your inspiration in the back on the afterword. So that's always like a nice little treat that authors do when they
Yeah.
include an afterword and talk about.
And I'm not usually an afterword type of guy, but I felt like I just wanted to, in a way, like the dedications to David Cronenberg, Clive Barker, like two major heavy hitters in the industry, like writing, directing, and everything. I think there's so many more. I could have made a list.
Yeah.
But it's those two that I drew a lot of inspiration from in it, and
some Sam Raimi in there.
Yeah, sure. Evil Dead, Event Horizon. I think I mentioned that in there a lot too. There's just,
but yeah, like yeah, it's an homage to the films you grew up watching and probably shaped your love of horror at a whatever age you was taking that in.
It's like people are like, this is my love letter to the, like, in a way, this is, I want people to read it. I wrote it for me, but I wrote it for everybody. Like, because if I felt this way, I know other people have. You guys have read it, and you've seen the films. I wanted people to feel it like it was the first time again, but different. Like, like put what inspired me, and then have all this different story around it. Because the story itself is very complex, and I was trying to make sure that came across.
Yep. So multiple timelines to contend with, but you wrote it perfectly for the reader to understand what was going on with who and where and what and why. So,
that was probably the hardest part.
Yeah, getting that all lined up.
Yeah.
I mean, probably there's some magic in the editing there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It was, Candace and I have been talking about Cabin Black since last year. Originally, I think it was a year ago whenever I made a little cover for it, like a promo teaser, and was like coming on my 3 years of sobriety. And then I was like, oh, that's a week away or 2 weeks away. Yeah. So I just started slowly working on it. I had like 20,000 words. And then I was like, man, there's something not working. And I took it out. Took a lot of it out. Went down about 5K. Looked at it again, and I was like, all right, here's the direction I want to take. And I wrote it out and got it up to close to 40. And then still felt like something was missing. But I was like, this is really good. And even the ending was different.
Yeah.
And I sent it off to Candace, and she worked her magic. We talked about it. Like, what was great was she was just as excited as I was about the storyline. And then we figured out actually something I took out from the first draft is actually what it just seemed to take, adding that put the whole thing together. I didn't realize that sometimes when you go over stuff so much, like how you get bogged down from it, like rewriting stuff too much or overthinking. Sometimes it's good to have, that's why it's good to have people, editors, other friends that you can trust, like not somebody's just going to be like, oh, your stuff's great, like give you the hard facts about it.
Right. Because it's right here for you.
Yeah.
You need to see the whole picture.
Exactly. She doesn't really tend to be like, she doesn't sugarcoat it for me, so that's nice because I can take the criticism. That's one thing I want you to be honest.
Like, I don't now. I don't now. I said I don't now. I used to. I was a little bit nicer, but Now I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, the first book was really nice.
I just leave him notes now that just simply say no.
Don't ever say this again. Don't ever say this again. But yeah, Candace, like her editing skills, like it helped a lot. Like, cause, well, you know, like I learned a lot being in since I've started publishing. And before I thought an editor just looked and made sure the grammar was good and all
Yeah.
that. As what's great, I guess there's different types of editing. Still, I haven't not mastered what that is, but she actually read it, you know, like just didn't look at the grammar and like she saw what it needed. And even when I first started it last year, we worked on the bounced off with her a lot about the Indian heritage that plays a huge part in this book.
Yeah, because when you first mentioned it, you weren't really clear what direction you wanted it.
No, it was the first draft was very gritty and like
Yeah.
I don't know, it comes to my like very Wrath James White type stuff. Like very sexual and just taboo.
Yeah, a little bit. But
John did it a different way, you know.
yeah.
Honestly, I just went with my kind of my old what like The Devil's Right, that kind of stuff, but because I mean extreme horror and splatterpunk and gross out absurdist, that's all, it's fun and stuff, but I like to really sit down and do stuff like this because it to pull it off and to try and impress myself, sometimes just challenge. I always want to challenge myself, I guess.
Yeah. I think that's what every writer wants to do with their next, book. So that's awesome that you put that, you put those goals there for yourself. So, now that you're a little bit removed from it and now it's out in the wild, how do you feel about everything you've gone through with this book?
I'm really proud of it. I honestly think it's my best work. Like if anybody ever from here on out's like, what book of yours should I read? I'm always going to say Cabin Black first. It's my best, hands down. My writing style. I really challenged myself into writing. Like I wrote it, you write it and all that. Like, but I wanted it to hit certain points.
Right.
And, drive home a lot of that. I wanted the people that read it, the readers, I wanted them to feel the obsession, the possession. I wanted you to be trapped in that cabin with the characters. I wanted you to be friends with the character. I wanted everybody to be completely immersed in it. So I'm very meticulous about stuff, and I went really like full on with this one. It was pretty much everything I woke up and went to bed thinking about for a long time.
Yeah, once you, especially once you get so far into a project like this, you kind of have to live it for a while. So, yeah, it makes sense. So would you like to tease people with what it's about?
Yeah. So basically, it is about cursed. Basically, it's not just like a haunted house story. It's about cursed land primarily, and then this cabin is built on it, more like a moving part, because the cabin is a character, and you see in the beginning with Captain Vane and the Revolutionary War and his men. You'll see those through dreams to where they ran into a tribe, terrible things happened, and then we go into the 40s where Edward Black, who's the main character, who built this cabin on this land because he knew of its lore, reasons of blood and mysticism and stuff, but that's all hearsay because he kind of just vanished, and we're in the present with Spencer, his girlfriend, and their friends, and he's a struggling artist who wants to be inspired. Basically, he's willing to go to any lengths to be inspired, and just like all of us, we have our heroes. And Edward Black's this Lester Crawley type of artist, and he built this cabin, and he goes into the cabin and he comes out with the most amazing work that he ever had, and then he disappears. So Spencer wants to go there, tap into it, and all three of these storylines like come together in different ways while they're there. I'm trying to do this without giving away a lot of it, but it's a wild ride. That's pretty much the best way to say it without giving up too much of it, because it's got all the, it alternates between like gothic nightmare imagery and character driven drama, and then dreams that bleed into waking life, just all wrapped up into one.
One thing, just for me personally, as I was reading it, and maybe I don't know if you've ever seen it or anything, but the show, like you had Captain Vane, and then the title of the book is Cabin Black. Have you ever watched Black Sails? Because like this is fun. These are very funny coincidences. Just that for me. But
wait, Black Sail, does it have who is it? I can't think of the actor's name. Is it a show or a movie?
It's a show that was on Stars, but it's essentially a treasure island, like made into a gritty real life drama. So.
I mean, I like pirate stuff, but
yeah, and there was the pirate aspect to it. So
yeah.
So I was like making all these connections, and this is like how you get into like deeper things that the author never intended or something. So
yeah, no, Captain Vane, if anything, was more like the colonel off of Apocalypse Now.
Yeah. Okay.
Kind of.
Now, since we're lucky enough to have the editor sitting with us right now, what is some of the feedback that she gave you that really helped you with this book?
No.
No.
What I liked was she could tell I was trying to do something different with a lot of it, and could see, because I stressed like I really want the Native American heritage in this and what happens to the people to be driven home with the ending and with it all. It's not just some just something put in the back as a backdrop.
Yeah.
Because it's very important. It's important to me for that to be kind of a major highlight in it, with the horror of it. She went through what was it, the first couple chapters, and then you're like, okay, I see what you're trying to do here, and I really like it. So she's like, I want you to take this back, and then the notes that I've given, like how you're doing this, and there's certain things, don't do that, and like you just go back over it and then give it back to me. And then we talked about the adding in the one character, which totally sealed the deal with it. And I was like, yeah, okay. So then I took it back and all that, and bam, it was like perfect. We talked for like what, an hour and a half.
Yeah.
We talked about it, and yeah, went over it. There was so much stuff that was messed up too during a dinner table conversation. And I was like, oh my God, because I changed so much of it. Like I was like, oh, I'm going to move this around, move that around. Because originally it was, you guys have read it, it's not in there at all, so it's not really a spoiler. But originally there was, Nathan brought a medium with him to the cabin, and that character was there, and I took that out.
Right.
So
I think it worked out better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You have been getting praise on and off in the comments. I think Christina Pfeiffer said that this is absolutely a Stoker worthy novel, with Danielle agreeing. So, and I would also agree. So,
wow.
I mean, and then when you was talking about it being the one that you would recommend going forward to people to get the best of your work that you have published. So, they also agreed that this is the one that people should absolutely be picking up if they want to get the prime Dan Shrader experience.
Yeah, it means a lot coming from everybody. I'm very happy with the short time I've been here in the community, and I'm grateful for the positive feedback I've had on my work and people reading my work as much as they have. But the feedback I've gotten off like giving this to everyone in advance has been crazy. Like I expected, some people were telling me like, "Oh, it's the best you've had." They're like, "Oh my gosh!" But what really floored me was when Candace wrote the introduction, and I didn't even that wasn't planned.
Yeah.
The fact that like she is so excited about this, and like she was sharing it and talking about it, I knew that I was like, I'm onto something. It's like how whenever you make a parent proud.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
like that, and she wrote the introduction. She gave me a blurb, which usually is something. Actually, I asked when I was first new and she was doing my stuff. I think it was Banshee Graveyard. I asked a blurb, and you're like, I know. I was like, all right.
As a rule, I don't normally blurb if I'm editing. It's sort of like an ethics reason with me, because I don't want anyone to say something like, oh, well, she edited it. You paid her to say that. So, of course, she's going to say something nice. So, as a rule, I don't normally do that on a client's work unless it's something that sort of just blew me away.
Yeah.
And that I think, I don't want to word it in a weird way, and I don't want to say like worthy of a blurb from me, but
you felt compelled to.
It's something that I would be willing to put my neck out for and say, yes, I edited that. I'm his editor. He paid me for that, but I blurbed it out of my own choice. He did not ask me.
Yeah.
He did not ask me to do a blurb. He did not ask me to write the intro. That was just something I did on my own. And actually what it was a note to him from me. And it was basically like, use this for what you will. You can use it if you want. You can put it in a book or not. Yeah. But I wanted him to know how proud of him that I was. And again, that's not something I would normally do. But the thing that he's not really talking about the book the way he needs to be talking about the book. And it's because I don't think he knows how. I don't think he knows what he's accomplished yet. I don't think it's hit him yet. Um, when I met Dan and when I first started to read his work and edit him, you know, he's like all the rest of us, new, struggling with some things. Some things needed to be improved upon, you know, and then of course he went for the extreme, you know, the taboo, how many buttons can I push and how many boundaries can I push and break through. And, you know, it was raunchy and it was vulgar and it was tasteless and it was, you know, all them things that make you want to squirm and make you kind of laugh and make you kind of cringe all at the same time. And it was a lot of fluids and a lot of mess and a lot of, oh, okay, it's a good story, but you know, just a lot of that really gritty, vulgar story, and that's fine. Those are fun to write. They're definitely fun to read, especially when you want something to just pick it up and just kind of get out of your own head. Something is going to put you somewhere else and it's just going to take you somewhere completely unexpected. And he does that well. You know, and he did a whole line of books like that, and they went over well. I mean, he's very good at what he does, but Cabin Black is a whole different level. It's Dan Shrader finally stepping into his author zone rather than I'm going to write these stories.
Yeah.
You know, it's like when you make that leap from I'm a writer or I'm going to try this writing into I'm an author of, it's like he took that next step and he finally knew that he was ready to take that next step because I already knew he had that in him. Like I already knew he had it. He didn't know it and he wasn't ready to take that step yet. But when he finally wrote this story the way that I knew he would, once I kind of pulled it out of him the right way and kind of like made him see, okay, you're there, you're almost there, but what's missing? Like you're still missing a piece. Tell me what it is, you know? And I sat him down on that Zoom one day and I was like, tell me what's missing. I was like, you know, there's something missing. You can feel it. Like we're almost right there, but there was that one link. It was just not there. And when he told me what he took out of it and we started talking about it, I was like, that's it. That's what's missing. You need to put that in and that's going to tie everything up and then go ahead and rewrite it, like rewrite that last half and stuff. And everything clicked and it fell right into place. And what he ended up with was Dan Shrader turned up to 11, but on that next level of he went from extreme horror, sort of raunchy, vulgar, just pure entertainment to art.
Thank you.
It's that next level where he is. Some of us like to write the extreme just to make us laugh, just to be, you know, here's something so totally out of range and just so totally absurd and bizarre, like I do sometimes, like Nubs, Zippers, the Unicorn Killer, you know, like things like that that are just kind of like fun, but no one's going to call it art. Sure, it's got a lot of like gore and stuff in it and it's fun, but it's not artistic. It's not literary fiction. It's just a fun story.
Yeah.
He went from fun story, entertainment, creative writing, fun to literary fiction all in one swoop. Like this is art in my eyes. The way it's written, the way the story kind of falls into place, it just reads like a whole different Dan Shrader. It's like him on a whole different level than what he's used to. And I think that's what everyone else has picked up on as well, even though maybe they aren't sure how to explain it. It's just the way it's written and the way the story flows. It's just art more so than hey, here's a fun story. Like, no, this one hits you and it's beautifully written and it's horrific, but it's beautifully horrific.
Yeah.
Like the horror is there, but it's pretty and it hurts and it's pain and it's like in your face, sort of like makes you confront all those things you don't want to confront, but it almost makes you want to confront them because you want to see what's going to happen next. You want to see what's in the basement. You want to see what's in that back room of the house, and you know it's going to hurt you, but you know it's going to hurt you in the best, most exquisite way possible. And that's what he did with the entire story. That took it to the next level in my eyes. So.
You should, everything she said, you should put as your back cover copy.
Yeah, just clip her. Here, explain it.
But that's why I wrote the intro, because I like working with everyone that I work with. And I really like when I can work with somebody who's new and I'm with them from pretty much the moment that they start. And I get to kind of watch them change from being kind of new and hesitant, not really sure what they want to do next. And they're experimenting with different things and ranges and different styles. But it's that moment when they discover who they are in the story that comes out of that. And that's what happened with him during the writing of this. Dan finally discovered who he was and who he was meant to be. And Dan was meant to do this. Dan is an author. Not everyone who writes is meant to be an author. Dan Shrader was meant to do this.
I would be remiss to not mention that Stuart Bray would like it to be known that Dan is about to cry. Just wait for it.
I've already made him cry like 4 times about this book. I'm pretty sure I made his wife cry and his mom or his dad, like one of them. It was like a whole day. It was like a whole thing. I was just making everything them all cry. But
yeah.
no, I mean that because when I wrote mine, when I wrote the one that kind of put me into that next level, I didn't know it, but somebody else had to tell me, like, this is you. This is you coming into your moment. This is you realizing, holy shit, I'm doing what I was meant to do. Like, this is my purpose. This is the story that I was meant to tell. These are the stories that I'm here to write. And Cabin Black is your moment. That is you stepping into your role.
I could just.
So. It's like a moment, you know? It's like.
I still have.
I really want everybody to read it. I think it's amazing.
Because it's different. It hits different.
It hits different, and it also hits with that. It's like it reminds me. I guess the best way, I think I told my wife this, was I wanted to tap into something more so real, because a big thing with me are my grandparents that passed away, and there's not a day that goes by that I don't think about them. My grandpa was like my hero, and the VHS stuff I got from them, like my grandma, I always wrote all the time, and she would read it. She got me my first typewriter. Edgar Allan Poe books. She got me the Hellbound Heart. And always being real sneaky with it. Like, don't tell people. Don't tell your mom. But they were a wild group, and they were always fun. And in a way, this book reminds me of just those times, because of those films that I saw that I was watching at a young age, probably when I shouldn't have, but that was it makes me think of them. And I just I don't know how to explain it. It's today's my birthday, so it's actually really hard. God damn it, or darn it, it's really hard because I miss my grandfather all on my birthday a lot. So
Yeah.
um,
Well,
He
I
would be
wonder.
really, really proud of you.
Yeah, I think you would like for
So,
sure, like to see what you're doing. But to reference something Candace said, and maybe I'm wrong, but she talked about you basically switching over, going over.
yeah,
Um, and maybe to me, it sounds like you stopped writing from thinking and started writing more from the heart.
yeah,
So
mhm.
yeah. I think
what you stopped trying to think of different things that you could elicit emotions from the reader, and you started taking things from yourself and putting them into your art. So
yeah,
Mhm.
I did it. This one was hands down 100%. I think anything else that I've written before would probably be maybe like Corpse Bound that came out in January. There's a
yeah,
lot of dark stuff
yeah,
behind that Candace knows about.
we've
Um,
talked about it on here.
yeah, we have.
Mhm.
Um, but yeah, this I just wanted to, just I had so much going on that I just wanted to do this, like, um, and make it. I don't even know what to say.
Can you cry just a little bit for Stuart so he's so
No,
he
I'm not crying.
The Stuart's waiting on it. I'm pretty sure he has a poll. Like,
Yeah, he probably does.
got bets in Vegas on this?
like any minute he's gonna
I'm
cry.
not gonna cry. If I cry, he's gonna screenshot it and they'll be like, "Buy my book."
Hey, good promo, good promo.
It's true. It's true. But
But you've got a few people wishing you happy birthday, and you sold at least one copy, Elon Galen. So he grabbed it. I think you're gonna sell a lot of copies. Like just people getting to hear the backstory and where it all comes from. So,
I really, and I think it was some of the ARC readers I had. They were really impressed. They liked how Edward Black spoke as whenever he came back. From the. So, I don't know. I'm trying to talk about it in a way that I don't give it away, but
yeah,
he's very poetic and everything's calculated. I guess
Mm.
that's the way to say it. It's I don't know the dread and all that. Like I don't know. There's so much to it. There's stuff we probably won't even touch base on that's in there that it's just packed full of so much craziness and little details of everything. And this is the first book too that has nothing to do with Towers Valley, like the town at all. Like
yeah,
that's usually the universe of like everything connects. Like all of my books, even the Full Nasties, are connected to it, and other books. But Cabin Black is its own. There's nothing else that connects to it.
right.
This
It's
was just written different. It's just
so yeah. Stepping outside of your comfort
yeah. Because I mean, I feel like we have to challenge ourselves. Like always. I mean, I'm always challenged. I mean, I'll be sober 4 years next month, and I was gonna originally put it out that day, but I took a vacation this week, so it's a little easier to get everything. And I was like, why not my birthday? Why not put something that I really love, and like I've always loved writing, especially now more that I came back to it. I'm sober. I was like, why don't I just do this for like put this out on my birthday?
Yep, absolutely.
Because I love myself.
So now you got to do it again next year. That's going to be the tradition, right? Like,
No, gotta keep everybody on their toes.
there you go.
I just started up a Substack, so
So okay, there you go. So if anybody wants to keep up with Dan's stuff,
Are you gonna explain to everybody in it like how much you really love cows? How much you want to pet them,
No,
hang out with them, and raise cows?
no.
Cows are special to you, aren't they?
I do not like cows.
You don't like
No, I don't like cows.
no.
And actually, in the cup chair
They're
that
my
I
favorite.
wrote with Jason, Nikki, and Stuart Bray, I finally embraced and wrote about cows.
You finally read about cows.
Put some cow horror, put some moo on it, you know.
I can't
No, I
even
don't like
imagine you being
cow.
afraid of a cow. Like I can't even imagine that.
It's like moophobia, probably. I don't know what it is. Alex thinks it's funny. Like
I mean, yeah.
we go back to her hometown. I wouldn't even say it's a town; it's like a village. It's like nothing but cows everywhere, and we'll get on the golf cart, and she likes to stop by them. And it's not like a cow. Like I see a cow, and like oh, I'm scared. It's whenever they look at you, they stare the eyes. Yeah,
big eyes.
no, it's like they touch my soul or something. I don't know. They're like aliens. They're weird.
I'm completely.
I mean, I'll eat them.
You eat them. Okay.
Yeah, I'll eat them, but I don't eat. I don't know. I don't eat like steak all the time. Probably should. I should probably get a steak, sit out there and look at them and eat it.
Yeah.
That might be a little weird.
It might be a little weird, yeah.
Might be a little weird.
Yeah.
But no, I hate cows. Scared. I guess scared of cows. I've kind of passed the scared phase. They freak me out, and I don't like them. So punch one in the throat, but I'd probably like break my hand. So
I think you have a fellow in this anti-cow thing with Marie Lestrange. She says, "Nah, I'm with you. Cows are suspicious, motherfuckers."
yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. Yeah, everybody talks about like being abducted and stuff, and like aliens out there.
Always cows.
What if the cows are like their cameras, their eyes?
Wow. Wow.
They tap into them. Yeah.
Well, that's really disturbing.
Well, when think about it, you always see like, or whenever
you
see the UFOs coming down, what do they always pick up? Cows.
Well, yeah.
People from trailer parks.
Yeah, but I feel like they pick up more of us than cows.
Well, cows don't talk, do they?
What are they doing with the cow?
Implanting cameras in their heads.
Do they give them back? Like,
I mean, they put them back down.
That they give them back though? How do we know they give them back? Maybe they eat them also.
What if they're replacing them?
Replacing them?
Yeah, with their cows. What if our cows are really like
their cows?
Terrestrial beings.
Alien cows, and they're slowly infiltrating the planet.
That's why we have mad
cows. Cows are hosts for little aliens, and then when it's time to take over, the cows will explode, and all the little baby aliens will come out of the cows.
Yeah,
like some alien stuff, little chest busters.
Yeah,
it'll be more like litter busters.
Aren't the cows mainly responsible for like greenhouse effect that the has? So there's some correlation there. Like that's how the humans go extinct because of alien cows.
Yeah, which actually they say that we're at one of the lowest times. Like there's only like 51 million cows or something right now. It hasn't been that low since the 40s. That's why the price of beef's going up.
I'm kind of coming over, to your side of things, and maybe I'm not going to look at cows the same way either. So.
Yeah, and I like milk too. Don't get me wrong, but
you should take. I mean, we got to go through all the theories now. Like you need to take a mirror up to a cow and see if it has a reflection.
Yeah, I'd pay somebody to do that. I'll have to get some people in the field to gather information.
Yeah. You want me to do what?
Want me to do? They have to have cow tipping on there as one of their. It's a criteria. Need somebody experienced.
It's really hard to tip over a cow. It takes several people to tip over a cow. They're pretty heavy.
Have you done it before?
I was raised in the country, very
Oh yeah,
small.
you guys had
Cows
ostriches, right?
everywhere. Yeah, there were cows everywhere. My brother and some of his friends actually experienced it. So it's not easy. You can't just walk up to a cow and be like, "Bing."
I don't know. I've always thought they were weird. I didn't like them, but I tried to go cow tipping one time, and that
How did that work out?
it looked at me, and I was scared.
Dan's like, "No."
Yeah, but
I've never went cow tipping. Never crossed my mind in my youth or any time. So
I mean, I don't know why it would cross anyone's mind, but
let's
apparently,
go. Let's go knock over that cow.
hey, how drunk do you need to be like, hey, hey guys, look at that cow over there?
Who? Okay. I don't know where this goes, but who is Frank?
Frank?
Frank. Oh my god, who brought up Jason?
Danielle.
Oh, Frank's he's a big possum I have living in my tree out back, and he's as big as my dog.
Nice. You feed him?
No, I don't feed him, but he goes through trash and neighbor's trash and everything. But he chooses to live in my tree. Like he crawls up of it. It's one night I went out back to take trash out. It had gotten dark, and I was like, "Crap! I gotta go out there and do it." And Frank was sitting right there. I let Meatball out. Meatball gets behind me, and this big possum's just coming up the stairs at us. So I had to chase him down. And I don't know. My dog is totally worthless when it comes to having a set on him. He was scared. I mean, he's a big possum. Yeah, he hides up. He hides up in this tree up by my house. If you go in between my house and the neighbor's house, you can just see droppings all down in the area. So I call him Frank.
Frank. It's a good name.
I think he had babies too.
So Frank is a female?
No, Frank's big. There's another big one there's like some babies and stuff, or they could be Frank's relatives. I don't know. He probably thinks he owns the whole area now.
He's probably like
Yeah. Where
squatting.
my garage is, and like in the ground, there's like a hole now. He got in there. It's a whole thing. It's a whole thing.
You should be documenting this.
I've taken pictures and sent them to people, showing them how big he is. I'll literally yell. I'll just yell at him out. People probably think I'm nuts. I'm just, Frank, what do you do?
So
The life of a horror author.
that was.
We have problems too with animals, rodents. But I choose to keep them around. Inspiration, right?
That's what it is.
Back to Cabin Black. If anybody has any questions about Cabin Black or for Dan or Candace, please drop them in the comments and I'll try to address them. Marie Lestrange says maybe Frank is there to keep tabs on the cows for the aliens.
Maybe.
Or maybe Frank was hired by the cows to watch you.
I don't know. I feel like I could come up with a children's book, like a little children's horror book about this.
Yeah, I mean, you could all the animals around you. So
yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if you can hear. I got my bulldog snoring behind me.
I was gonna ask, is that Meatball?
Yes, he's like literally right behind me snoring. He's tired.
Clearly. Well, someone has to watch you all day. I'm sure he is tired.
Well, me being home all day, he's like excited, being on vacation.
How about, since we got a little bit more time, I suppose, why don't you talk a little bit about what was the hardest part of the story for you to write? If there was one.
Probably the hardest was, like I had said before, making sure it all came together. Those timelines with, Edward Black, the Captain Vane, and then where Spencer and his friends are.
Yeah.
Just making sure that it wasn't, because sometimes, like when you have different timelines, sometimes I didn't want people to read it and be like, well, I mean, that's cool, but they finished the book and they're like, really, like, what did this part have to do with any of it, other than I wanted it to be more than just, everything had to be a main character or part of it. So I guess that was the hardest part, because a lot of times when you write, things come and they flow, and you're then you go back and you're like, it's not working. This was one of them that I actually had to, like, I went through and wrote chapter by chapter, like storyboarded it almost to make sure it kind of, because there's so many twists and turns and everything in it. Like that was probably the hardest part.
Yeah, the links.
Yeah.
It's hard enough writing one storyline, and then when you start intersecting storylines, you have to map it out for yourself.
Yeah, probably at one point too, when you're like, all right, when are they going to decide to leave here? What's a believable time? Because that's always the trick too, and stuff like that. Well, their cars are outside, or this is going on, so you got to kind of like, well, if you lose your vehicles, well then, you could run into the woods. What would you do? You always, I wanted I guess I just put so much planning into everything. It was totally a different experience.
Yeah.
Just me, Candace, my dog, and my cat. We were just playing that.
I mean, the dog and the cat didn't really help much.
I mean, they helped me. I talked to them when I was.
No, okay. Well.
I wonder if there's other authors out there that actually, like, do you talk to your animals, like, while you're writing stuff? Like, you look at them, talk to them?
I'm sure most authors would talk to their pets. I don't have any.
Well, what about your imaginary friends?
Leave my hamsters alone.
Hamsters.
Leave my hamsters alone. We're not discussing my hamsters. We're talking about actual pets. And most people that I know do talk to their pets. So I would assume that would be a valid, statement.
Yeah.
Like there's one right there.
Yeah.
Right.
Disappearing into the green screen.
I swear, I think your cats are like your parrots.
And cat.
That's what we started calling him, is the parrot, because he always has to sit on you somewhere and just like, right there. If you're sleeping, he'll have to lay on your face or has to touch you so much ways. I mean, but you wouldn't have it any other way with him,
Sure.
No. So, I guess if I had any, if I had like some core points, selling points of the story, it would be Cabin as a character, the collision of art and horror, the dual timelines, and basically promise to the reader that if you like the movies mentioned, Evil Dead, Event Horizon, Hellraiser, all that David Cronenberg-esque body horror and folklore stuff, you're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna feel it.
Yeah.
And if you work in Hollywood, just get a hold of me.
Yeah. It wouldn't be.
I wouldn't be a very big production cost, really. It's small cast.
Yeah. Small, single location for the most part.
Sam Raimi. There you go. Or Eli Roth.
Eli Roth.
That's the man.
Sam Raimi for sure. But yeah, that's your dream directors for adaptation. So, trying trying to think if there's anything else we should go over with this.
Mm, probably not. I think
I think
we touched on like the most important parts of it. But
I know. Yeah.
what are you
The
working
only-
on now? What's next?
What
I
am I
know-
working on now?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have a collection come out probably in October or something, but that's it for the year. I'm kind of leaving this on a high note. I want to promote it, and I want to try and put it out to as many eyes as possible, and I'm going to put out a little collection with a short story that Candace has already edited for me. Skin weavers, old people, and like
People.
old people, and desert isolation, all that fun stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll be in there. I'm gonna have some new little stories in this collection. It'll be some older, remastered, like backwoods gothic from Shocking Sojourns. Some other stuff that came out in anthologies over the years, or
Yeah.
year and a half. But that's about it for this year. I got some big stuff next year, but I'll probably put that on my Substack and stuff like that.
The one about the cows. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, at this point, it's already. I'm going to have to watch back through this, take notes, but
It's a lot of
But,
really good ideas.
I mean, yeah. I mean, let's hear it from the people. You want to see a little cow story? Throw a little cow story out there.
Went Dan to write a cow alien horror story.
Yeah.
There's got to be a kid's book. So,
Well, I mean, I can do both.
yeah.
One for the adults, one for the kids.
Marie
It's like a dual
Lestrange,
pack. Yeah, I'll have like a dual pack. Just kidding.
Marie Lestrange said she would write a chicken book if you would write the cow book. So,
The chicken and the cow.
Yeah.
We have to have some little tie-in.
cow and chicken. Remember
There's
that?
definitely something with her and the chickens. I read one, and yeah.
Yeah. But she just opened a bookstore, didn't she?
Mm-hmm.
I saw pictures. That's congratulations. That's really cool.
Comes some curiosities.
Yeah, I've seen the pictures. They look really cool.
Very cool. Yes, and if I'm not mistaken, it is a sort of consignment shop where other creatives can put their items in their store to be sold.
That's
And
really cool.
they have their own space, so a lot of us indie folks can also speak with her about that and
Oh, yeah.
send some of our stuff down. And
Might have to do that. Oh yeah, we're all going to TBR too, right?
Mhm.
So I will have Cabin Black, but I will have limited. I have 20 copies. They're going to be mass market size. The ones you get on Amazon will be 5x8 or 5x8. So
Yeah.
you know me, I like to make something special for everything. So I got these really cool stickers.
got all the swag, yeah.
Yeah, and all that bookmarks. So find all TBR2 next month.
Very soon.
Very soon. All right, everyone. If nobody in the comments has anything else for Dan and Cabin Black, I highly recommend it. This book, I dropped you
The blurb.
just some words that came to mind after I read it. So,
Yeah. Well, there was like two parts. I left the sexual stuff for myself. So,
with the pick,
Alrighty.
but
thank you so much for having me and everything, for your guys' support, and for everybody for reading.
where can they find the book currently? Is it on Amazon? Or
Amazon, yeah.
are you going to have signed copies? Do you have like a storefront you sell from, or what?
Yeah, danschraderhorror.com. I have links to my Amazon there, my Goodreads, Godless. But I won't have any author. I gotta get through TBR2 first and then I'll restock really low. I think all I got's Full Nasty 1 and 2 left. I ran out of everything. So
Yeah. So, aside from that, it was my pleasure having you two on here to talk about this book and really where it came from and the connection that you two have with it. That's amazing to hear. So, if there's nothing else, I'm trying to check the comments. We will wish you all a happy night.
all right, have a good night. Thanks for coming on.
Bye.
Bye.